Hey, Minimum Effort here, and welcome to the new season of Marvel Snap. Just to reaffirm my status from the whole fiasco of last month, I will not be buying the Season Pass card, and instead I am making a donation to a charity called Special Effects, which is a UK-based charity that helps disabled gamers around the world. So yeah, the money that I would have spent on the Season Pass, I've donated to them instead. And I'll post a link to my Blue Sky page in the video description, just so you can see what I've done. But yes, I just disagree with the stance that Second Dinner have had on monetizing cards, and they've done it again this month in hiding Fantastica in the Season Pass Premium package. Yeah, I just don't agree with it. So no money for you this month, Second Dinner. And yeah, I hope the people at Special Effects enjoy it. Cheers. So I've got two decks for you this week, and they are both Cerebro 3 decks. I've been playing a lot of Cerebro lately, and I wanted to bring you two slightly different ways of playing Cerebro. In particular, I've been kind of comparing Cerebro 2 to Cerebro 3, because it seems like Cerebro 2 is the slightly better deck, has the better win rate, and I was kind of wondering why that is. And I think the reason why is because it's just able to put more bodies on the board for Cerebro to buff. And so I thought of a way that we can actually get more bodies on the board with Cerebro 3 and obviously buff them for more power. So what we can do is this is buff C3. What we're doing in this deck is that we have Bast and we have Valkyrie as ways to get cards either in our hand or on the board to 3 power that Cerebro and Mystique can then hopefully buff. And these cards in particular are Mr. Sinister and Brood, because these cards work really well in C2 as just being able to get you more bodies on the board, like I say, that you can buff and get more power to, because in C3 you're kind of hindered a little bit by the fact that there's not many one cost 3 power cards that you can play, and in particular the kind of 2 cost 3 power cards that you have, sometimes they're quite situational. So yeah, in this deck we are able to get more bodies on the board and buff them, as well as having tech for whatever you are up against. So yeah, going through the deck, obviously we have Bast. Bast has great targets in hand that we will see obviously as we go through the deck. And yeah, sometimes you don't need to play Bast early. You can hold on to Bast until you have the cards in your hand that you want to buff, and then you can play Bast. Bast is also a Valkyrie target as well, if you want to get Bast to 3 power, which can then be buffed. Mr. Sinister, like I've said, if you can buff Mr. Sinister with Bast or Valkyrie, that is a strong lane that you can have, and obviously it's a free card basically that you're putting on the board. Jeff, just because Jeff gives you access to locations that you can't reach if they are unavailable to you. So yeah, a very useful card to have. Scarlet Witch to change any locations that are unfavourable to you, anything that's either giving you power or taking power away. Yeah, Scarlet Witch can just take them out of the game and hopefully swap them for something suitable. Scorpion, just as a good standard 2 cost 3 power card that flicks the cards in your enemy's hand with -1 power. That's not a bad ability to have, and ultimately these numbers could be the difference between winning and losing. So I do like Scorpion in the slot. You could swap him for something else maybe, but yeah, I like Scorpion here. Plus I really like this variant, it's cool. Cerebro, of course, we are looking to hit Cerebro. The good thing about Cerebro decks is that you don't have to play Cerebro until turn 6. If you're still waiting to draw Cerebro, you can still hang on and see if you can play him on turn 6, hopefully with Mystique to get that extra power, but sometimes you can still win this game with just the one Cerebro buff. Mystique obviously here to copy Cerebro and get those extra power to your cards. And then Brood, like I say, if we can obviously buff him with Bast or Valkyrie, that's great as well. Obviously having 3 bodies on the board is really good. Ideally, I think you want to play Bast to get the buff on Brood, because then it enables Valkyrie to potentially buff other cards to be 3 power, which you would probably need. Cards like Bast and Cerebro and Mystique are ideal for the Valkyrie here. Luke Cage, just to prevent your cards from losing any power. Yeah, Luke Cage, you don't always have to play him, but yeah, he's very useful for kind of maintaining the power of what you want to do. Cosmo just is really good tech. You can play Cosmo into a lane, you can play Cerebro safely behind it. If you do then play Mystique, obviously you have to play Mystique into a different lane. But yeah, your Cosmo protects your Mystique, your Cerebro, that's what it's there for, as well as potentially shutting down any on-reveal things that your opponent is trying to do. If your opponent plays Sage, you can play Cosmo in that lane, it shuts Sage down. If they play Wong, obviously Wong's great to put there as well. Even kind of move decks where they have Madame Web, they could be looking to do a few move shenanigans there with something like Ghost Spider. So if you can get Cosmo into that lane to stop them from doing that, that's really good too. So yeah, Cosmo has lots of really good effects. Yeah, Shang-Chi, obviously power must be controlled. Yeah, on turn 5 or 6, you ideally want to play Shang-Chi to take out any big power that your opponent has on the board. And yeah, Valkyrie. Valkyrie is a card that I used to play a lot, kind of when I was starting Marvel Snap, and it's got a really special place in my heart. So I really wanted to put Valkyrie into a really good deck, and yeah, this is what we've got, and Valkyrie works really well in this deck. Like we said, got some really good targets for her to hit on the board to yeah, win the game. So yeah, that's the deck. This deck just plays very nicely. There's lots of options that you have to play, and your opponent might not be quite familiar with what you're trying to do, but yeah, it's a really good deck, so yeah, recommend giving it a try. So our second deck for you is made by Sideshow Bot, and this deck is called Gambro. Sideshow Bot is part of the Blue Sky Marvel Snap community, and I had mentioned something before where Merlin would actually be really good for Bullseye, because Merlin makes those kind of one-cost spells. They're not skills, they're spells. That actually you're not probably going to use all of those spells in a game. And actually Bullseye can take advantage of that by discarding those spells at the end of the game with his activate ability. So what Sideshow Bot has done is put this into a kind of discard affliction deck, which works really well. So yeah, you've got the discard kind of package going on with Blade, Swarm, Bullseye and Gambit, and then as well as doing some affliction abilities with Scorpion, US Agents, and Diamondback, and obviously Bullseye adds to the affliction side as well. So yeah, this deck just works very nicely. So what you really want to do is ideally you want to draw Blade and have Blade in your hand before you draw Swarm, because Blade is only really here to discard Swarm. Because if you can discard Swarm, obviously you get 2 0-cost 3 power cards, which is great for this deck, which you can either play them on the board for free, or you can choose to discard them with Bullseye at the end of the game. But yeah, like I said with the first C3 deck, sometimes it's better to just have those 3 power bodies on the board. So yeah, Blade really gives you the advantage of that. Also, he's a 1/3, which is actually very useful just to kind of play if you have energy at the end of the game. If you don't want to discard anything that you need, Blade can just be put on the board for 1 cost. That's pretty good still. Again, we have Jeff, because yeah, access to those locations that you can't normally reach. Jeff is great for that. Merlin, because as we said, Merlin's going to be drawing those 1-cost spells that you're not going to be using in this deck. You don't really want to play Polymorph, because Polymorph could give you a card that has more than 3 power. You don't want to play Omniversal Presence, because that will give power to Merlin and then make him a 5 power card, which is obviously outside the Cerebro range. Omniversal Presence, sorry, not Omniversal Presence, once and only. You can maybe use it to remove a card from the deck that isn't meant to be there if your opponent has clogged you in some way. That is a spell that you could use, but that's probably the only one that you could. Yeah, the other 2 spells you don't really want to play. You want to keep Merlin at 3 power and have that ammunition for Bullseye. Scarlet Witch, again, just for that kind of location control. Use it on unfavourable locations that you can change them back to help you out. Scorpion, again, the Scorpion now in this deck works better with the affliction package that you're doing, because Scorpion adds to the effect that other cards can benefit from. Swarm, again, discard it with Blade, get more swarms, put them on the board, or discard them with Bullseye. US Agent is really good because you don't have any 4-cost cards in your deck. So US Agent is fantastic because you can put him in a lane late on when you know what your opponent is playing, you can see where they've played, and US Agent is great for taking power out of that lane. Cerebro, of course, we're trying to boost our cards with power, Mystique, you know the combination by now. Bullseye, yes, discard all your cards that cost 1 or less. You're looking at spells, you're looking at swarms, and yeah, afflict those as many enemy cards as you can with -2 power, because that power does make a difference at the end of the game, especially if you can buff with Cerebro. That is game winning. And then Diamondback. Diamondback's great because you can obviously put Diamondback into a lane with US Agent if your opponent has played kind of some 4-cost or more cards in that lane. That is a way to kind of claw that power back and win it, sometimes without any other kind of affliction. But Diamondback also works well with Scorpion, because if Scorpion has reduced power from your enemy's cards and they're putting on the board, you can see where they're putting them. You can put Diamondback in that lane too, get more power there. It works really well in this deck. And also obviously with the Bullseye discards, that will only make Diamondback better as well. And then Gambit, yeah, obviously Gambit discarding a card, usually on turn 6. We don't often want to play Gambit before then, but yeah, Gambit on turn 6, discarding something, destroying something which is more important. Yeah, that works really well, and obviously because we're not running Shang-Chi, because we're running US Agent, Gambit is your way to get cards off of the board and hopefully win you the game. So yeah, it's just a very fun alternative way to play C3. So yeah, as you'll see from these gameplay highlights, both of these decks are really good and really fun to play. So yeah, I hope you enjoy them. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. I bring you at least one video a week, multiple decks, yeah, fun decks, competitive decks, everything that I can. So yeah, enjoy these gameplay highlights and good luck. Cheers. Okay, cool. I want to see some buffs. Bast Sinister with Cerebro is very interesting. What we can also do is play Jeff into Bast Sinister, because then we can have lots of Jeffs on the board. That's something we can do. Thunderlord's Tower, we can just turn that off with Scarlet Witch. Let's do that now and hope we get a good location, please, Scarlet Witch. Scroll to each location, okay. Yeah, that does make things slightly difficult. If we do play Jeff, it's 3 Jeffs, but there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces on the board. Obviously, we want to get Cerebro down as well. Bast the Cerebro as well. I think we're happy just to have Jeffs. And we hold off on the Bast because we can try and win middle and right. So Hawkeye get Bishop for them. They're probably trying to draw Acid Arrow that they can play into Bast Sinister. Yeah. So I'm going to move 1 Jeff for now. And you know, we have priority, so we can move all the Jeffs and we can just play Cerebro. I think that's fine. And then next time we have a Shang-Chi and maybe something else that we can play. Yeah, if they do have Acid Arrow, obviously they might play into Bast Sinister, but because we have priority, we will at least block them out and maybe even win that lane. They have played something there. Is it Acid Arrow? He is at Acid Arrow. Carnage mids, okay. And it's Typhoid Mary left, okay. So yeah, we're not winning left, but we do have 25 power at least in our lanes at the moment. Whatever they play is going to feel Bar Sinister as well. So if they have a Venom, they could play something there. Oh, Valkyrie's interesting. Oh. Valkyrie will at least turn our Squirrel into a 3-power card as well. I think we do that. It's a Valkyrie this turn, just because they could potentially play Venom or something big here. I think that might be their best chance. So yeah, let's get more power on the board with our Squirrel. Valkyrie as well will get the Cerebro buffs. They have played right, so whatever it is, it's anti-Venom. So yeah, ooh. This could be Ajax. This could be Ajax. I think we have to risk it. We have to place Cosmo and just try to shut them down. They retreated. Cool, yeah, so yeah, I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to go for. Yeah, maybe not Ajax, but yeah, at least they recognised that we had enough power on the board and they wouldn't have been able to beat us with whatever they had. They did have 6 cards in hand. Only 1 demon I think they would have had. Yeah, no more demons. So yeah, cool. That is good power on the board. Obviously, Bar Sinister giving us those extra Cerebros, fantastic. But yeah, also Valkyrie turning a Squirrel into a 12-power Squirrel, fantastic. And yeah, Cosmo potentially locking down anything they could have done there as well. So yeah, that will do nicely. Valkyrie, Shang-Chi and Jeff. Brooklyn Bridge. Okay, so yeah, just be careful about where we are playing. Yeah, need to see what these other locations are as well. Come on, dude, turn 1. Play something or don't play something. Not that hard at this point, right? We go. And they're going to turn a location off. Bar Sinister. Do they turn off Bar Sinister? Do we turn off Bar Sinister? Do we play our Jeffs into it again and move them around? I think we can do that. I think that's fine. They do have priority though, so if they do turn this location, if they don't do that, that's fine. Brooklyn Bridge is now turned off. We now need to turn off Madripoor with Scarlet Witch. Oh my god, Space Throne, okay. I mean, actually... can play multiple Jeffs into this, you know. Right, undo for now. Move you back. Scarlet Witch into Madripoor, because we need that off anyway. New York, okay. They have to be 12 in this lane, but if we get Cerebro out, obviously that's a lot more. I think it's just Scorpion here for now. if they do play a big card into Space Throne on turn 5, obviously we have a Valkyrie as well that we can nullify it. But yeah, I think we do need to see Cerebro. Also, then we can just move maybe 2 Jeffs here, 2 Jeffs here, and fill this lane with Cerebro. That works as well. Or we just move all 4 Jeffs into the right lane and play what we can in the left lane. Galactors, okay. So yeah, if they do play something into this now, Valkyrie might be okay. The problem is they have priority. The risk is they do it now. Do they do it now? It is a risk, but yeah, let's try and do it. They don't. Oh, never mind. It's just a big old Gwenpool. We can destroy that with Shang-Chi. But the problem with this is we are not going to have enough. They might just think they can only play... We've got the bros as well now. We did get the bro. Okay, so... This is going to be a lot, isn't it? This is going to be a lot. So, no, it is this. We need 5 Cerebros. Yeah, 4 Cerebros and then the Mystique, and then we're going to have 3 here, 4 here. That should be fine. Right, that should be fine, right. Now I'm going to think, yeah. So it's only an 11 Zabu. That's fine. It's a Mr. Sinister. Yeah, we are good. We are very, very good. How big are we? How big are we? And one more. That's a very, very casual 54 and 72 in 2 lanes. Nice. Obviously, Jeff's fantastic for Space Throne with Bar Sinister. But yeah, look at that power. Nice. Okay, cool. Let's play some Buff C3 and let's see what we can get. Mojo World is okay because we have potentially cards we can put into that lane, which is fine. Yeah, let's play Jeff. Let's play Jeff now. Let's play Jeff mid. We have the option to put him wherever anyway. And let's hold off on Bast. Just see if we can get some better targets. Luke Cage is fine. Mystique is fine. Obviously, we want to see Cerebro. 2 Raptors. Okay. Yeah, let's play Scorpion. Lady Sif, so this is discard. We don't have any 6-cost cards, so we could play Scarlet Witch onto that. I think we have to really. I think we have to play Bast now as well, which isn't ideal. But at least it gives us Luke Cage and Mystique with 3 power. And let's see if we can draw Cerebro. Cosmo's been discarded for us. Jubilee's been discarded for them. Swordmaster. Probably would have preferred it to be... Yeah, probably would have preferred it to be Luke Cage discarded rather than Cosmo. I mean, we don't have priority. Yeah, we need something decent here. I'm not sure if we can get it. Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider brings back Jubilee, which then brings Infernal. I mean, we do have Shang-Chi. But is that enough power? That would be 9. They would have 10. Yeah, 10 power there. Even Valkyrie. I mean, we have priority as well, which also sucks. Because we just don't have enough energy to do anything else. Sure, why not? I've only played one card. It's Hella though, isn't it? It's Giganto. So we still win? Cool, yeah, we'll take that one. Yeah, obviously they didn't seem to have anything else that they could have played. 3 cards in hand. Or discard for them death. So they're probably looking for the Hella. And they could only play Giganto left. So because we have more cards, obviously we win Mojo World. And we won Savage Land as well. So yeah, 4 cubes. We probably didn't deserve it, but we will take it. Cool. So yeah, Valkyrie in hand is fantastic for our buffs. Eternal's Arc does make things a little bit interesting with Valkyrie and Murder World as well. Yeah, let's play Scorpion. I hope they're not playing a Destroyer deck. Okay. Plus max 3 energy is very good. Trying to figure out our turns as well. Obviously we can't play into Murder World now, but obviously we can only play into Eternal's Arc on turn 6. We have to play... Maybe not. Let's play Brood into Eternal's Arc, because we can play Valkyrie into that on turn 6, and let's just see, oh, they've extended the game with magic. Actually, no, they haven't, because Eternal's Arc is still going to turn that off. So they have played that into the wrong lane. What we are going to do then, we play Cerebro now. If we can get a 2-3 next turn, that would be great. Doc Ock. It's the magics. Sorry, the mystiques. We have at least used that. The problem with that is we didn't get to buff the broods, and we now only have one game that we can play, one lane that we can play in. They have priority. This could be what? Cannonball, Clog. Can't play into any other locations. We've got to play something. I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hobgoblin. Even with the Hobgoblin, we have won the middle lane. Yeah, obviously they could have like Doom or something. What have they got? Could be Galactus, obviously. They've played one card, and it is Magneto. Not a problem. Yeah, we will take a very small win. That's another 4 cubes as well. Okay, yeah, they were banking on that Hobgoblin winning. But yeah, obviously because we had Cerebro and Mystique, yeah, Shang-Chi was 9 power countered that, and yeah, we won middle by 1. So yeah, we are getting a little bit lucky with this deck at times. But yeah, I think at least getting the Cerebro and Mystique combos together is giving us enough power. Yeah, cool. Okay, so Jeff, Scarlet Witch, and Diamond back in hand. Weird World is almost certainly taking our Cerebro, right? At least we've got a 3 power card with Hawkeye, and Sam Wilson stops them from moving their shield. That's something. It's Zabu, okay. So.
Live from the Daily Bugle.
We got our Cerebro back. Dude. Okay. Wow, okay. So they're obviously not going to be knowing that we've got our Cerebro back, so that might be our turn 6 play. Well, we have Bullseye as well. We could potentially play and get some more spells out. Also, Hawkeye Kate Bishop is going to give us 1-cost cards as well. Yeah, don't mind this. Don't mind this at all. So yeah, it seems like Pedro Fantastic works well in Zoo decks. I mean, this would also get rid of our Ninja, so I think we do that, and we play Bullseye now. And then next turn we can Hawkeye Kate Bishop and Diamond back. Do we have space to draw another card? Blade, okay. Hawkeye Kate Bishop. Diamond back. I don't really want to play Scarlet Witch unless I absolutely have to. Do I keep Blade for a 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, no, we need to play Blade because we're going to get the 2 cards from Hawkeye Kate Bishop, and it leaves us another space that we can potentially draw Mystique or something else that we can use. So yeah, Blade. Okay. Oh no, we're going to get the spell. I forgot about the spell. Oh no, because Blade discards the Omniversal Presence, that's fine. They did play Scarlet Witch. That was a copy of our card, okay, so. And Blade discarded one of the arrows, okay. Mystique. Swarm, okay, so I don't think we can win Weird World. So we do this, we do Cerebro. No, because we can fit 2 more cards. We have to play Scarlet Witch. And then we play Bullseye. Activate, okay, cool. So if Diamondback can hit whatever they play there, that's good for us because we are likely to win mid. Yeah, Marvel Boy will do extra power for them here, but we should go over the top. Yeah, let's see. He is US agent. That's not a problem for us because we don't have any big cards. Yeah, cool. Let's see what Bullseye can actually hit. How big can we go? Yeah, nice. Yep, very, very good. Yeah, like I say, having the option to get a lot of cards out with this deck is actually pretty good as well. And yeah, we got a little bit lucky with the Kate Bishop draw, but that's fine, we'll take that as well. And yeah, obviously the spells getting discarded by Bullseye worked too. So yeah, cool. Okay, cool. Diamondback, Mystic and Bullseye starting in hand is good. Lemuria. Okay, so yeah, turn 2 we'll put Merlin down. Bullseye in hand, that's really good. Diamondback has been stolen, just giving us Cyclops. It's not really ideal. Yeah, Merlin it is. If it's Cyclops, this must be probably high. Was it high Evo? It's not got the effect of it, so it might be Token Patriot, something like that, maybe. Misty Knight. Yeah, it's Token Patriot, okay. Ooh. Nidavellir is not great in a Cerebro deck. I think we play Bullseye now. I don't think they run Red Guardian, but we'll try and hide Bullseye at least here to give it a 50-50 of keeping the Bullseye. It is Patriot, okay. If we can predict where they're going to play their Ultron, that potentially works for us as well. So yeah, with Scarlet Witch we turn off Nidavellir, and we've got Scorpion. Sure, that's fine. It's Kazar. It's Nidavellir now turning into a good location for us. That's fine. Yatalan's good. There's the bro, okay. There is the bro, so. If we can draw, oh we don't have Cosmo, do we? I was thinking of the other deck. Okay, we need to try then. And we'll go over the top, so we need to go. If they're playing Ultron, probably in this lane if they're filling. So I think we play Jeff here. Because then we can play Cerebro here. Next turn it's Mystique. Plus whatever we can draw. So whatever we draw is going to be a 3-power card. Let's try it that way. And then we can discard with Bullseye as well. So we do have 18 power here. It's Gambits, don't mind that. So yeah, we do this, and then we're getting 4 hits from Bullseye. I don't think this is going to be enough, is it? Yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough. It should be enough. Oh, Ultron's 8 power, isn't it? Wait, hang on.
There's no strings on me.
Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, I forgot about the Bullseye. Taking the power away, and because they only had cards down in that right lane, it was always going to hit them with the Bullseye effects, they're always going to take their power away in that lane, so we're always going to win it. And yeah, obviously it's getting the Cerebro Mystique double buff. Excellent. Yeah, this is what we're trying to do with our deck. Yeah, that works really nicely. Cool. Cool. So yeah, US Agent Diamondback. Great. If they do play anything to Clintar, that becomes a 4-cost card. So potentially that's where we could play these cards, but later. Yeah, obviously we want to avoid playing more than one card into Clintar. If we do get Swarm, we can discard that with Blade. Sewer System. I think we can hold off one more turn. Yeah, obviously US Agent will dissuade them from putting any 4-cost cards in, 4+ cards into that lane. Wakanda concept from short. Okay, so let's Scarlet Witch. When do we play it? I'm going to play Diamondback here, because if they do play a bigger card, they can play that into Wakanda, knowing that it will be safe from Shang-Chi. But what we can do is actually just get the power down of it if they do put something there. So we do need to play now Scarlet Witch and Jeff. Stop Sewer System. They played Shang-Chi, okay. That's fine, that location has worked for us. Yeah, we could have held off maybe to do that, but I think we need these. Okay, so we're going to go US Agent here. And we're going to go Cerebro right. And then Iron Man, okay.
Iron Man.
And then we can Mystic Gambit and hope we can hit something mid, maybe. Or is it simply Blade and Merlin? And we move Jeff out. I think it's this. I think. Yeah, obviously they can play something into here that we're not going to destroy. Gambit would reveal first, so we are going to hit one of these cards, but I'm happy with this, having that power spread. Because of US Agent, they're unlikely to play something bigger here, so they're more likely to play it here. So getting more power with Diamondback, Merlin and Jeff. I think that's the way to go. And they've retreated, so yeah, cool.
Victory.
Yeah, nice, we'll take that. I think that works pretty well. We're playing US Agent in this lane, actually. So we didn't get that combination with Diamondback. But yeah, double Cerebro and Mystique is the way to win this game. So yeah, cool. Ooh, oh man. So close to getting Blade on the Swarm. That's a shame. Potentially if we can Gambit and hit the Swarm, that might work. Vormir, okay. Let's play Merlin. What we can do also is get the Ninja off the board and give us more energy. That is the one spell that we can play with Merlin. Should we need to. I don't really want to be moving stuff around, but then at the same time, I don't want to play Vormir. I could just play a spell into it, actually. Let's do that and that. Play Polywolf into there to do nothing. Yeah, it's costing a card for Bullseye, but we don't have Bullseye in hand at the moment, so that's okay. Camelot. He's going to mess us up with Cerebro. Next dude. What we have to do then is play without Cerebro. So we play Jeff. We play once in a lifetime. Sorry, not once in a lifetime. Once in future, I say. They've got broods, okay. Very nice for them. They're going to get some brood big ups in Camelot. We do now get the Cerebro. Okay, fine. This is what we're going to do. We're going to Cerebro. It's a risk, but what we could do is play Polymorph on Scarlet Witch and see if it turns it into a 3/3. But I can't do that until after this turn. Very risky. US agents. Okay. Sure. Sorry, okay, fine. Yeah, let's risk it. So this is what we're going to do. We also have Gambit and we have Blade. Sure, this polymorph is going to work. This polymorph is always going to work. Work. Turns it into a 3-power card. Hit right. Oh man, that nearly worked. Nearly worked. That would have been crazy. Yeah, obviously that's a big ask. We couldn't have won anything else. Sorry, we couldn't have won middle lane at all. But yeah, man, if that Gambit would have hit right, that polymorph would have been the play of the year. But yeah, okay, cool.